It's WG, bring your SMB, and welcome to this Timeless Aiona team/build guide and everything else you need to know on how to succeed after T-Day, Timeless Aiona release day. So, Timeless Aiona is the strongest unit in the game, but Timeless Aiona is also the meta in the game. Timeless Aiona is so strong that she is the meta. Which team do you build her? How do you build her? What do you run with her? Everything like that. Let's get into it. So, straight off the bat, Timeless Aiona. You don't need as many copies as I do. 1 copy is already more than enough. 2 is nice. 3 is fantastic. 4 is incredibly amazing because what 4 allows you to do is get the affinity to level 40 maxed out. So if you really want to know the perfect number, it would be 4, but even 1 is already more than strong enough. Overall gear, if you've already made it to 15.8, she is currently the only character you can 100% easily invest your gear into and bind it to, which means you have to level it up to level 5. It has to match the armor type, it has to match the faction type, and then you can echo it using these hammer currencies right here. Skills. Ignore the special. Bring the special to level 4 and then ignore the special until you're at level 9, level 10, level 8, level 9, level 10 of the basic attack. Reset what you need to, because Timeless Aiona is all about the basic attacks. Basic attack first, anything else comes after. Let's talk about the reasons why. Number 1, she already gains 200% of her consuming 400% on level 4. It's only a 20% difference between level 4 and level 7. And her ultimate does a whole lot of shit, but the only thing that changes is this tiny extra damage she deals on doing the attack. So it's a difference between 240% and 270% if you bring it to level 8. So only focus on the basic attack. Everything into that. Every marksman ball, every purple scroll, every gold scroll, every red scroll, all into the basic attack first. Then you're going to be able to worry about these other 2 things. The reason why you would still push them is just if you want to push your BP a little higher. Artifact wise, undoubtedly Eye of Truth, no discussion. Basic attack scaling unit, basic attack damage dealing unit, extra attack speed increase that works on her, and it doesn't require a fleeting Bella. So Eye of Truth, best choice in the game. So now that you know this about Timeless Aiona, you're basically a master Timeless Aiona person. So let me show you both how to build a team for her, which are the most popular units, and also how you actually use Timeless Aiona. Timeless Aiona is so simple, it is stupid. You'll see it, you'll understand what I'm talking about, and I'm really not kidding when I'm saying she is so simple, it's stupid. You can do this with your eyes closed almost. So, first off, you only have 2 tank options realistically. It's either Bella or T.Aiona, but Bella is more tanky. Bella stalls more than T.Aiona. Why is that important? That is because you only have 1 goal. Your goal while running Timeless Aiona in a piece of content is to make sure Timeless Aiona gets as much time bought as possible, which means you want to bring units that can survive longer to stop them from reaching Timeless Aiona, which increases her damage through effective range and also just buys her more time, meaning more blood soul recovery the longer your units are alive. So Bella, because of her summons, is the only tank that can stall the longest possible in a negative, which is why it's going to be Bella as your prime choice. Secondly, you're going to bring Starry-Eyed Aiona. Starry-Eyed Aiona's shield that she applies to Bella is going to make Bella survive even longer. She also has the ability to reposition if you need to do it in a fight, and she also increases shields gained once she would apply a shield to, for example, Timeless Aiona. So that's these 2. The next unit that you want to use in this team is going to be Bella 2, Fleeting Bella, Summer Bella. So it's already a Bella Aiona team, right? Or obviously T.Aiona is part of it. So we're already looking at Aiona, Bella, those 4. The reason why Bella is not, the crazy part is you don't really ult with her that often. The most important part about her is her passive, where she restores 5% of max HP per second, which means she can actually tank enemies before they reach Timeless Aiona, once again following the stall meta, right? So, and then if you can get her ultimate off, Timeless Aiona is obviously gonna shred more, right? Furthermore, you also have the healing that then boosts the Timeless Aiona shield, but Fleeting Bella. Fleeting Bella can be replaced by, for example, an acapella. You could replace her with a Seth. You could replace her with potentially another healer. She's not necessary, but she is just, it's mainly this one. The fact that she restores 5% max HP per second, making her supremely tanky. Now this one is by far the most flexible slot. As you notice, we have a full moon and then 3 low moon units, which means we need a half moon. So let's have a look at the half moon options, and realistically there is 3. You have 3 scenarios, okay? Scenario number 1, the enemies are channeling. If the enemies are channeling, you're going to use a Daikalo. You can use Daikalo to stop mages from channeling, stop other units from channeling, you can stun units. If you need something to be stopped, you're going to be running a Daikalo in this team. If you don't need to stop something, you can be running a cappella. You only run a cappella if you can afford to ult with her. If you can afford to ult with her, you get good value from a cappella, you get good buffs, you get some nice average / decent healing. So that is when you bring a cappella. If you cannot afford with a cappella, like it basically goes like this. If you need something, or if you need to stop something, use Daikalo. If you get into low BP, you can use a cappella, but if you get into really low BP, it is more efficient to use a Lorelei. And the reason why is because Lorelei doesn't need to ult, and she can put AoE people to sleep with her basic attack. Lorelei doesn't really need a lot of investment, she's just there to set people to sleep. Now, why does this team all work together like this? We've talked about it in buying Timeless Aiona as much time as possible. Look at our BP difference. We are currently 36k BP down, anywhere in like the 25% BP range. And I already said it before, Timeless Aiona timing is incredibly simple. Let me show you how it actually works. Timeless Aiona timing goes like this, especially in really high negative scenarios. You ult with Timeless Aiona. Fantastic. You use her ult, she's going to apply the attack speed down, buying your team more time, and you're going to see how she shoots these things, right? She's in her empowered state. Her empowered state ends. You ult with her again. Again, you deal the damage, you build up your shields. And the reason why you want to stall is because Timeless Aiona loses. You see how this shield bar is like above her health bar? Once this shield bar drops below 100%, that's when you start to lose. Once again, you see how we're shooting the empowered shots? We don't shoot empowered shots anymore, we ult again. This is high BP Aiona gameplay. And I am totally serious. This is the most optimal Timeless Aiona rotation for low BP content. You basically spam Timeless Aiona. There are certain factors of RNG coming in, being in there. But the lower you are, like the bigger the BP gap, the more you don't afford, or you can't afford running anybody's ult. The closer the BP gap, then you can think about using a Lorelei. You can think about using an acapella. You can think about all these thoughts. But when it comes down to clutching it up, to grasping victory from the jaws of defeat, it is all Timeless Aiona, back to back to back to back to back. With her, like the important part is you need the extra damage so that she doesn't drop her shield below 100%. If she drops her shield below 100%, you're going to start losing damage, and you actually can proceed to lose a stage. You can see how close we are here. If we, for example, wait a little bit with the timing or hit units a bit better, this fight is already won. It is really that simple, right? It is that simple. As I said, if you can afford it, running an acapella ult and then using a Timeless Aiona would be good, or using a Timeless Aiona someone else and then an acapella, or repositioning with Stereite. But when it comes to like true low BP pushing, as dumb as it sounds, the very best thing you can do is just put it all in her hands. It is that simple. The lower you go, the bigger the deficit, the more you're gonna put it all in her hands. And one of the reasons why this even works is because if you lose units, it gives you rotating cards. The only reason why we can back to back ult is because all our other units are already dying off. Alright, here we go, once more. You see how we now dropped below the 100% shield, and now we're below the 50% shield? This is the reason why you really want to stall. So I hope this kind of gave you enough of an idea. Like there really isn't all too much to say about it. The most important part, no matter what, is open up. Open up your fights using a timeless Aiona ult, because it slows the enemies down, which makes your tank more tanky, makes everybody else more tanky, because it's one of the most, if not the most disgusting debuff in the entire game. And then outside of that, whenever you run out of Aiona empowered state, the lower you go in BP, the more you just basically spam it. If you can afford a cappella, if you can afford a fleeting Bella ult somewhere in there, nice. It's going to make her more effective, it's going to make her more efficient. But even if you can't, just ulting completely alone with her is fine enough. And you know, the craziest part is, there is no other unit in this game that can win when it's just them. Right? It is only Aiona that will actually win a fight when it's just her. Like, timeless Aiona can win a fight if it's just her, because there will be moments where she does more damage than she takes damage, which means her shield is basically permanent. Like, you've seen this fight, we haven't changed anything. It's the same ult rotation to a degree over and over again, and we've won. Right? Here we can go with another ult, and then it's GG. Or at least after this shot, right? It is really that simple. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and if this doesn't prove anything, she is, again, beyond broken. Thank you all so much for watching, and we see each other in the next one. Peace!